everybody, this is Jean. Today I'm showing you the next 5 items in my hashtag 100 Things challenge, numbers 26 to 30. First of these was scrap monsters, and who doesn't like scrap monsters? I had this page of blank faces, and so I'm calling these my faceless scrap monsters. I made the bodies, the shapes, cut out the shapes and attached all the scraps while I was watching the television, so I didn't video that. But here I'm decorating the faces with acrylics, and I think these are Inktense pencils to colour in the hair. And then I activated them with water. Gave them a coat of Mod Podge over the top. Then I painted the back black, and I also went round the edges with a black Sharpie. And they are my faceless scrap monsters. Number 27 is it was inspired by a Nina Ribena art journal, which was about Morocco. And I did a scene where I had buildings, and at the time I said I'd quite like to do this for my hometown, which is Stoke-on-Trent, which is one of the potteries areas in the UK. I started by making the canvas from a very sturdy piece of cardboard and some canvas paper that I had in a pad. So I'm just sticking the canvas paper to the heavy-duty cardboard. Right, so here's the canvas, and I'm spraying it with water and adding some Payne's Grey paint, I think it is, to make a sky. I didn't want it to be too pretty because it is an industrial scene, although quite a stylised industrial scene. I think I used yellow ochre at the bottom, and then I stencilled on some darker brown colour, but I didn't like this, and I did go over it quite a bit afterwards. Then I cut out the shapes of the buildings. The main iconic shape is the bottle kilns, but there are also some chimneys and warehouses. And I tried to choose industrial-looking patterns of material, but obviously I wanted it to look pretty. I wanted it to look attractive, because it's a piece of art rather than reality. So here I'm actually sticking them in place. Before I was just auditioning them. Now I'm actually sticking them down with, I think just with a glue stick. And then I Mod Podged over the top. And now I'm shading, putting some shading in with a Stabilo oil pencil. And then you'll see me putting windows and doors in, all the detail. And I did go around and put some white highlights with a Neocolour white crayon as well. And then I finished off by putting in some extra shapes that looked like crates and barrels and wheels and the sort of things you might find in an industrial landscape. And for the title I just put the potteries. So I was quite pleased with that. Doesn't look quite as pretty as Morocco, but it's okay. Now, I saw Mr. Victor do this. He was talking about assemblages, and then he was talking about making very small ones in bottle caps. Well, this isn't quite as small as a bottle cap, but it's they're plastic caps that came off the top of some ice cream tubs. And because they were small, and because I had a lot of small metal bits that I've wanted to use for a while, I thought the scale was just about right. So this is my first and possibly only attempt at an assemblage piece. It was very fiddly. I started with some Hessian in the bottom, and then I'm putting in all the bits here with some heavy gel medium. And then I painted it all with black gesso. I think I gave it a couple of coats. There's always some white bits showing when you've used black gesso. And then I used this Inca Gold in Aquamarine, which sort of looked silvery in the end, rather than blue, which I was quite happy with. And then, oh yes, and then this is the centrepiece, which was, I think, came from an earring, some old costume jewellery anyway. And here I'm putting some double-sided tape around so I can attach lace to it, because I had some blue lace. And then I'm making a circle for the back, for the backing, to neaten it at the back. So I get the same heavy-duty gel medium on the back, and then tucked all the edges of the lace in, and then put that piece of cardboard over the top to hold it all together. And then I finished that off by attaching some silvery rickrack braid. And there's my finished piece, and I actually made 4 of these, although that one actually turned out to be my favourite. I made 4 because I had 4 tops and plenty of bits. Now this is something I bought because it was on sale years ago, and it's actually to make rosettes, and I thought, I'll just make them because they're there, and every time I opened this box they popped out at me and they were there. So I'm just showing there that it's all marked out for you, and you draw it all up with a piece of cotton and tie it off, and then stick those circles over the edge. And I had no idea what I'm going to do with those. I'm thinking maybe a mobile or something, but then I thought I'd forgotten really that you could make your own rosettes. I did see some for sale at the local craft shop, and I thought I could make my own, so I did. They were a bit fiddly, but I probably will use them. I'll probably use them on the small ones I'll use on cards. So I just folded them up like an accordion style, stuck the ends together, and this is the fiddly bit, because you can press it open but it won't stay open. So I had to use little circles again to hold it at the back, and then I put a gem on the front of it. But they do have a tendency to spring open, but these are the ones that I made, all different types, and I will make some more. They were quite easy to make. And then finally, number 30, here I'm making some cards that I can use in Happy Mail or as thank you cards or whatever. I had already in the craft card base, and I'm using up here some of my scrapbook paper, and this is a scrapbook pad that had these vintage photographs in it, which I'm never going to use anywhere else. And so I thought I'd use them here, and I also thought I would take the chance to use the flowers that I made in the, I don't know, as one of the 100 things. I made these flowers, so I thought I'd use those as well. And then I put an insert of scrapbook paper inside, which is something I've seen Mike Deakin do, and I thought that was quite a nice idea. So there we are, numbers 26 to 30. I'm just writing them in the book here. And I am getting on. I have done some more. It's the videos that I'm getting behind with rather than the actual projects. But it's going to take me a long time to get to 100, and I don't think I'm going to hold out on not buying materials until I've made 100 things. But I'm enjoying making the 100 things. So there we are, numbers 26 to 30 of my 100 Things challenge. All that's left for me to say is thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.